American military airplane. You are operating my military security airline. Please go away quickly in order to avoid long judgment.
I am operating with due regard as required under international law.
Imagine a world where nations rise from the ocean depths. Towering structures pierce the waves, defying the natural order. These are no mere islands. They are ambitious statements of human ingenuity, artificial landmasses sculpted from concrete and steel. A new era is upon us where land scarcity is a distant memory. But as we marvel at this feat of engineering, a shadow lurks beneath the surface. The ocean, once a boundless expanse, is now dotted with these man-made behemoths. They rise like modern-day Atlantises, shimmering cities on the horizon. But unlike their mythical counterpart, these islands are no paradise lost. They are a potential paradise imperiled. The relentless drive for progress often overshadows the delicate balance of our planet. The question we must ask ourselves is this: at what cost? As we reshape the Earth in our image, are we jeopardizing the very ecosystems that sustain us? The allure of progress is strong, but it should not come at the expense of our planet's health. These artificial islands, while a testament to human ambition, stand as a stark reminder. A reminder that our actions have far-reaching consequences, often hidden from immediate view. It is our responsibility to unveil these shadows and ensure that progress aligns with preservation. The construction of artificial islands is an awe-inspiring spectacle. Gigantic dredgers churn the seabed, sucking up millions of tons of sand and sediment. This slurry is then pumped onto predetermined areas, slowly but surely reclaiming land from the sea. The scale of these operations is staggering, a testament to human ambition and engineering prowess. But this display of power comes at a price. The seabed, teeming with life, is ravaged by these dredgers. Coral reefs, vital nurseries for countless marine species, are crushed and buried under tons of sediment. The very foundation of these underwater ecosystems is being systematically destroyed. The environmental impact extends far beyond the immediate construction zone. The plumes of sediment, visible from space, spread like a suffocating blanket. They cloud the water, blocking sunlight vital for phytoplankton, the base of the marine food chain. The consequences ripple upwards, impacting fish populations and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. We are witnessing a reshaping of the ocean floor, not through the slow, natural processes of geological time, but through the rapid, forceful hand of human intervention. The long-term consequences of this drastic alteration are yet to be fully understood, but the early warning signs are cause for serious concern. The ocean depths, once a haven for marine life, are increasingly subjected to the din of human activity. The constant drone of construction machinery, the incessant clanging of metal, and the roar of engines create an underwater cacophony. This noise pollution, often overlooked, has a devastating impact on marine animals. Whales, dolphins, and porpoises rely on sound for communication, navigation, and hunting. The noise from construction projects interferes with their sonar, disorienting them and disrupting their ability to find food and mates. For these highly intelligent and sensitive creatures, the construction of artificial islands is akin to a constant barrage of sonic assaults. Coral reefs, already under threat from climate change and pollution, are particularly vulnerable to noise pollution. The delicate polyps that build these underwater cities are highly sensitive to sound vibrations. Excessive noise can damage their hearing organs, disrupt their reproduction, and even kill them outright. We may not hear their cries, but the ocean's inhabitants are suffering the consequences of our actions. The construction of artificial islands is not just a visual intrusion on their habitat. It is an auditory assault that is disrupting their very existence. Consider the formation of natural islands. Volcanic eruptions over millennia spew forth molten rock that cools and solidifies, creating new land masses. Coral reefs, through the slow, steady accumulation of calcium carbonate skeletons, build up over centuries, forming islands and atolls. These natural processes are slow, almost imperceptible, yet they shape our planet over geological time. The contrast with artificial island construction is stark. What takes nature millennia, we accomplish in a matter of years. The sheer speed and scale of human intervention leave no time for ecosystems to adapt. The delicate balance of nature is disrupted, and the consequences are often irreversible. This disregard for natural rhythms is a recurring theme in human history. We dam rivers, clear forests, and alter landscapes with little regard for the long-term consequences. The construction of artificial islands is merely the latest and perhaps most audacious example of our desire to impose our will on the natural world. But nature, while resilient, is not infinitely forgiving. The rapid pace of artificial island construction is a gamble, a high-stakes wager with the future of our planet. Are we willing to risk the health of our oceans for the sake of temporary gains? Section 5. Islands of contention sparking geopolitical fires. The emergence of artificial islands in international waters is not merely an environmental concern, it is a geopolitical powder keg. These new landmasses, strategically located and often resource-rich, have sparked territorial disputes and raised tensions between nations. The race to claim these artificial islands is a testament to their strategic and economic value. China's island-building activities in the South China Sea are a prime example of the geopolitical implications. These artificial islands, equipped with military bases and airstrips, have significantly altered the balance of power in the region. Neighboring countries, alarmed by China's assertive posture, have responded with their own claims and counterclaims, further escalating tensions. The lack of a clear legal framework governing the ownership and rights associated with artificial islands exacerbates the problem. Existing international law, primarily the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, was drafted before the advent of large-scale artificial island construction. This legal ambiguity creates a gray zone that is ripe for exploitation and conflict. The world watches with bated breath as the situation in the South China Sea unfolds. It serves as a stark reminder that the race to claim and control territory, even artificial territory, has not abated in the 21st century. Section 6. A world divided, the specter of conflict. The potential for conflict over artificial islands extends beyond the South China Sea. As sea levels rise and coastal populations face displacement, the allure of creating new land becomes increasingly attractive. This, coupled with the potential for resource extraction from the seabed, creates a volatile mix of competing interests. Imagine a future where nations, desperate for resources and space, engage in a new era of colonialism. Artificial islands, strategically placed along shipping lanes or atop valuable mineral deposits, become pawns in a global power struggle. The lines between diplomacy and coercion become blurred, and the risk of conflict escalates. The very nature of artificial islands, man-made and often fortified, lends itself to militarization. These outposts, far from national borders, offer a strategic advantage in projecting power and controlling vital sea lanes. The temptation to use them for military purposes is strong, increasing the risk of miscalculation and armed confrontation. The world has witnessed enough conflict over natural resources and territory. We must not allow the creation of artificial islands to become a catalyst for a new era of global strife. The time for dialogue, cooperation, and a rules-based international order is now, before the seeds of discord sown by these artificial islands take root. Section 7. The public eye, between awe and apprehension. The construction of artificial islands has captured the world's imagination. Images of these sprawling structures, rising from the sea like modern-day wonders, evoke a sense of awe and disbelief. The sheer scale of human ingenuity on display is undeniable, a testament to our ability to reshape the world around us. But beneath the surface of this technological marvel lies a deep-seated unease. The environmental consequences, the potential for conflict, and the ethical implications weigh heavily on the public conscience. The question that lingers is whether the benefits of artificial islands outweigh the risks. Social media is ablaze with debates and discussions. Environmental groups raise the alarm about the destruction of marine ecosystems, while geopolitical analysts dissect the implications for international relations. The public, bombarded with information and often conflicting viewpoints, struggles to form an informed opinion. One thing is clear: the creation of artificial islands is not a black and white issue. It is a complex tapestry of technological prowess, environmental concerns, and geopolitical calculations. Navigating this uncharted territory requires careful consideration, open dialogue, and a willingness to prioritize long-term sustainability over short-term gains. The allure of progress, of pushing the boundaries of human achievement can be blinding. We often fail to see or choose to ignore the unintended consequences of our actions until it is too late. The construction of artificial islands is a prime example of this phenomenon. The dazzling images of futuristic cities rising from the sea often overshadow the hidden costs. The environmental damage, the displacement of marine life, the potential for conflict. These are the shadows lurking beneath the surface, unseen by the casual observer. It is our responsibility to shine a light on these hidden costs, to bring them to the forefront of public consciousness. We must move beyond the simplistic narrative of progress versus nature and engage in a nuanced discussion about the trade-offs involved. Education is key. We need to inform the public about the environmental and geopolitical implications of artificial islands. We need to empower citizens to ask critical questions, to demand transparency from their leaders, and to hold decision makers accountable for the long-term consequences of their actions. The urgency of now towards global dialogue. The rapid pace of artificial island construction demands immediate action. We cannot afford to wait until the environmental damage is irreversible, or until geopolitical tensions escalate into open conflict. The time for complacency is over. The time for decisive action is now. The international community must come together to establish clear guidelines and regulations governing the construction and use of artificial islands. This framework must prioritize environmental sustainability, ensure the equitable sharing of benefits, and provide mechanisms for peaceful conflict resolution. Existing international agreements, such as UNCLOS, provide a starting point but require further development and adaptation to address the unique challenges posed by artificial islands. This will require collaboration and compromise from all stakeholders, including nation-states, international organizations, scientists, and civil society. The stakes are high, but the potential rewards are greater. By working together, we can harness the transformative potential of artificial islands, while mitigating their risks and ensuring a sustainable future for our planet. Bridging the divide: international cooperation and regulation. The construction of artificial islands, while often driven by national interests, has global implications. The environmental impact, the potential for conflict, and the legal ramifications transcend national boundaries, demanding a coordinated international response. The United Nations, with its global mandate and experience in fostering cooperation, is uniquely positioned to lead this effort. A dedicated UN agency, tasked with overseeing all aspects of artificial island development, could provide the necessary framework for sustainable and equitable governance. This agency could facilitate the sharing of scientific knowledge and best practices, promote environmental impact assessments, and mediate disputes between nations. It could also play a crucial role in developing international regulations and standards for artificial island construction, ensuring that future projects prioritize sustainability and minimize negative externalities. The challenges are significant, but the alternative, a world where artificial islands become catalysts for environmental degradation and geopolitical conflict, is unacceptable. The time for international cooperation and regulation is now, before the window of opportunity closes. Charting a sustainable future, balancing ambition with responsibility. The human spirit, with its insatiable thirst for knowledge and progress, is a powerful force. It has driven us to explore the depths of the ocean, to conquer the skies, and to push the boundaries of what is possible. But this ambition, if left unchecked, can lead us down a perilous path. The construction of artificial islands is a prime example of this dilemma. The desire to create new land, to expand our footprint, is understandable. But we must temper this ambition with a sense of responsibility, a recognition that our actions have consequences for both present and future generations. Sustainability must be at the forefront of every decision we make. We need to develop innovative construction techniques that minimize environmental damage. We need to prioritize renewable energy sources and sustainable waste management systems. And we need to ensure that artificial islands contribute to, rather than detract from, the health of our oceans. The future of artificial islands is not predetermined. It is a blank slate, an opportunity to rewrite the narrative of human progress. By embracing sustainability, by prioritizing cooperation over competition, we can create a future where ambition and responsibility go hand in hand. our collective responsibility, guardians of our blue planet. The Earth, with its delicate ecosystems and interconnected web of life, is a gift. It is a privilege to inhabit this planet, and it is our collective responsibility to safeguard its future. The decisions we make today will determine the legacy we leave for generations to come. The construction of artificial islands is a microcosm of the challenges we face in the 21st century. It is a test of our ability to balance technological advancement with environmental stewardship, to reconcile national interests with global well-being. The path forward is clear. We must embrace a global perspective, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have far-reaching consequences. We must prioritize cooperation over competition, understanding that we are stronger together than we are apart. And we must make decisions based on long-term sustainability, ensuring that our pursuit of progress does not come at the expense of the planet that sustains us. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we create. Let us choose wisely, let us act decisively, and let us be the generation that ensures a healthy and vibrant future for our blue planet.